Hi, my name's Kevin. I'm from A Paddle for Hunger, and I'm considering hiring a design company to build an online version of my course for prerequisite knowledge. I've never done this before. I don't know what to expect. We have a small media team of high school students that say they know media. It looks good, but I don't know if it's effective. I really need someone to evaluate what I have, what I want, what I need. You know, Honestly, from a business perspective, I'm trying to shed days that don't make money, increase times on days that do, and then create authentic experiences for all learners in most situations on the water where they just can just jump in and go and not worry about prerequisite knowledge. So I think at this point I'm looking for a team to do this. Maybe I think it's called instructional design is a theory or something. I don't know. I'm just a kayaker. All I know is right now we're struggling to keep the lights on and everything else because people are coming to us because we don't have an identity, and they're not sure what we do. And the reviews say that we spend way too much money and time and energy teaching people about the basics. So maybe if I could streamline that and make that something that I can do as like an online course or something. Um, yeah. Anyway, I need help. Any suggestions? Okay, Kevin, now I know what you're looking for. I wanted to show you some ideas that I have from an existing template that may speed up the process. What I've done is I've looked at your graphics from your team, looked at your color scheme, and decided to do three mockups for you and explain what they mean. One of the key things you talked about is reducing the number of hours you work to increase the number of classes that you offer. So to get there, we need to introduce your team. We need to introduce your instructor. So we created a Canvas dashboard with a Canvas shell. We're going to hopefully use Canvas for this application, or if not, a similar learning management system. Your videos will be closed captioned with alternate formats, including audio, PDF, Word, and Braille, and also speech to text conversion. We'll have information about you on there, and we're going to come through and we're going to take some video that you have. We're going to put it together and we're going to reconfigure that into an application called PlayPosit. Now, PlayPosit is a tool that we use for engaging the audience with video that I'll explain in detail in a second. So your first section is going to be about your instructor. It's going to have a fun little intro video. You can kind of see from some of the stuff that you gave me to work with that we have cool pictures of you in a kayak, American Canoe Association logo, stuff that you're doing. Okay. At this phase in the beginning, to clarify, PlayPosit is not punitive, meaning it's not going to be held against a student for anything. The second phase is the pre-assessment phase. This goes back to what you were talking about how you're trying to create a pre-assessed learner that comes to your program. We're going to stick with video for this, I think, unless we find a different medium. Animations are good, but because you have a glut of video and you also have the access to creating the video and designing the video and building the video, that would work out well itself. Now, just one thing here. That's better. Number one. Okay, so we're going to have a description. It's going to be a brief synopsis of what the video is. There's going to be some objectives, outcomes in this video. In this section here. Again, that content's going to have the same pieces that all the videos will, of the same multi formats, and it's going to give the ability to really allow the user to engage with the video. So, PlayPosit is a good choice for this because it allows me to segment your video into three sections. I can go through the first 6 scenes. I can come in, I can pause to PlayPosit, and I can ask direct questions back into the video, ask questions about the specific scenes, and I can do that as well, which I'll show you how that lays out. So the video that you gave me was one congruent piece. It was from a pretty long piece. I've identified 3 different themes, and I've then broken that up with the graphics that you've made me going forward. The next step is going to be the PlayPosit. Again, PlayPosit a lot. This is how we see it working for your needs. Now, assessment is very important to you, and you've mentioned that you don't want to do a lot of computer-based assessment. You don't want to be tied to email. You don't want to be tied to a computer. You don't want to score these. You don't have the staff to do that. So PlayPosit really is a medium in this case that will do that for us. So what happens is in video 1, they're both numbered accordingly. 1 would be on the left to 1 on the right. It's going to show the video. At the end, there's going to be an assessment. That assessment would be either multiple choice, true, false, interactive, drag and drop, or other tools we can use in the Play Pause It tool itself. When you achieve a 90% score, you go to section 2, which is the second section, and then the same thing all the way down to 3. The aggregate score has to remain a 90 to continue out of the program, which means that all the videos that you create would be learner focused. They're going to be assessing for remediation through the repeating of the modules, and when they report as being required are made, then you would go to the next section, which is the learning modules. So assessment on this level, because we're trying to make this A, friendly, B, simple, and also scalable, where we can adjust and identify the questions later, we're going to use the reporting data directly from the core requirements of the class and from Play Pause It into itself to essentially create, I want to say, a recorded gradebook that we can either use in Canvas or we can maintain other places, probably in Canvas. The idea is that this process is going to repeat itself over and over and over again for each individual unit within the modules, and then those modules will come through and you'll be going all the way through the different pieces until you achieve them going forward. Another thing too is, if we go really quickly into this, one of the things that we're going to talk about a lot is about engagement for multiple means. I personally like to build for motivation, so we're going to be looking for recruiting interests, perception, and physical action. We're going to get the actual person engaged in the media, and the way that we're going to do that is through interactive video and also pieces in Play Pause It. The representation is going to be through how the media works in motivation. We're going to craft the questions, we're going to craft those pieces so they do help for self-regulation, they do keep the person on track. There are going to be checks and balances without like a self-checks, knowledge checks, not just tied into the assessment themselves. Comprehension is going to be done a different way, which I'll explain in the module section. And then the executive functions are going to be, how does this support the strategy and development? The executive function of this and the representation looks at not only what the learner wants to learn, but also what your goals are. And your goals are that if students continually meet the requirements of 90%, they will earn a certificate of completion at 95% of the program completion to go forward. I see assessment this way through Play Pause It as being primarily the easiest way for us to build something quickly. I know you're giving us a year to do this, but I would like to put this in play a little bit quicker as a test to see if this actually does work, and how the outcomes of not just the videos and the questions and all the things that are aligned to each other affect the reporting data and also affect the assessment of how you're getting the student to where they need to be. I guess now the next step is to really see what the student sees. So I'm going to pass it over to the third Kevin. I'm a little leery taking an online course to learn how to kayak. I got my life jacket, got my paddles behind me, got my swimwear on. I'm ready to go. Like, how is this going to benefit me? I was skeptical at first, and then I realized there's a lot that I don't know. I was turned on to this company, Paddle for Hunger. I thought they were pretty cool. They do paddle instruction to feed the homeless, but I had no idea that they did assessments and they did on-water training and all those things, right? It never would have dawned on me. I thought they were just some company that feeds the homeless for kayaking. So I gave it a try. I signed up, watched the intro video, and was like, wow, this is really kind of interesting, and then took the pre-assessment to get me into the modules, and now I'm really into this. The Play Pause It video is working out well. It's a really great way for me to pause, slow down, understand what's in front of me. It seems like every video is completely interactive. It's asking me things. It's just very engaging. Right now, I had no idea this was a Class 2 PFD until I started this course. I didn't even know there were classifications of PFDs, right? So what I like about this class is that the video assessment works with, again, Play Pause It, and it breaks down the key components of what I need to know about the safety gear and what I need to be successful in the water. What I really like are the resources. It seems like everything is tied to the Coast Guard. There's pictures of everything. There's little video snippets. Kevin comes on with some special videos he puts together. Again, they're all closed captioned. They're separate audio files. I can download them as a Word document if I want to, so I can read them. But the one benefit is, like, as much as this is signed up to be a self-paced online course, what's really cool is the assignment, where they actually have me creating this little card thingy, right? So this card thingy goes through, and for every lesson, I create three pros and three cons of what we're learning about. And then I develop that, and I basically build a little, I build a little mini binder ring, right? So as I'm going through, I'm building the confidence in myself to go from the classifications of PFDs into paddles and kayaks and things. I'm gaining really a lot of value from this, right? I think only one module I scored below a 90, but it was easy. I just went back in, retook the module. It didn't feel punitive. It felt very easy. It was very simple. And right now, I'm one module away from completing the course. And the best part about it is, they said to me like, "Hey, when you come to us, you're not going to waste 4 hours in the water because you know all this. We're going to be out there for 3 hours doing just the paddle skills, which is what you want anyway." So yeah, I mean, whoever designed this did a great job. I don't know much about design at all, but I'm really happy that I signed up for this. It seems kind of weird doing an online kayaking class, but I go to the water prepared, and I'm a confident kayaker, and I really feel that this class met my goals, and you know, it was just seamless, and that's how it should be. All right, it's the middle of the summer, and we've seen huge gains from this program. We've had about 35 people complete the program, and we've had 30 of those people come to on-water instruction. The program's been so successful that we've eliminated 2 working days, Tuesdays and Thursdays, because they weren't profitable at all. And we're able to take the learner's interests and the learner's needs, essentially things they struggle with and things they like, and modify them into our instruction. The assessment data is working well. I feel confident that we can drill that down farther for next season as we get a full year under our belt. We keep hearing people say to us, "Hey, this online kayak thing is weird." And then they say, "But it works because I'm coming to you ready to be in the water." That's huge. It's huge for them, huge for us. Because if I train a person in kayaking and have to spend 2 hours on the water talking about PFDs and paddles and boats, most of them glaze over, go home, and don't come back. Our repeat customers are moving quickly. We're seeing people come in for a instructional level 1. Some of them are asking for level 2, and then some of them are coming back with their friends for fun floats and bringing more people to us. So this program is working as expected, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's targeted to everyone, and we can really see what our kayakers need before they come to us, and we can group them together accordingly.